Check this out. Look at that. Can't stress, this drive is amazing, honestly. You can stop and just take in a view like this. There's a police car driving just behind us. These kind of look like bullet holes, I think. Welcome to wine country. These roads are so much fun to drive. Welcome to Drvenik. We're already lowering the ramp just as we're about to dock here. So yeah, it was a quick journey, only about 25-30 minutes. Very punctual, very efficient, so no complaints there. So now that we're arriving onto the mainland at Drvenik, we're going to get back to the car and continue our journey down the coast towards Pelješac. Apparently this is supposed to be one of the most stunning and picturesque drives in all of Croatia, so we're looking forward to seeing what the route has to offer. Just driven off the ferry. I'm driving us down to our next destination, which is on Pelješac Peninsula or island, whatever you want to call it. It's not quite an island, like, yeah, you can see it in the distance, that's over there. And the town that we're staying on is actually on the other end, or the other side of those mountains that we see in the distance. Nice little coastal towns along here as well. These roads are so much fun to drive. If I had my Aston Martin DB5, like Sean Connery did in Goldfinger, but yeah, it's really fun, really enjoyable. And with this view, it's out of this world. So we just stopped at a viewpoint on the road here. Breathtaking, right? I'm glad that the rain has stopped. It's actually starting to get a wee bit warmer now. The temperature's increasing a wee bit. It's looking really good. Reliable hire car. Ralston's just found a great vantage point for us to check out. Wow, look at that. Yeah, pretty cool. Check this out. We were driving along the road there and then we spotted this vantage point and it's absolutely stunning. Look at that. It's so peaceful here, guys. You can hear the birds chirping and just the faint rustle of wind through the trees. This drive, I keep on going on about it, but I can't stress how much this drive is amazing, honestly. The things you see and the beauty of having access to your own car. You can stop wherever you want to, whenever you want to, if it's safe to do so. But you can stop and just take in a view like this. And it'd be a shame if you were on a bus or something like that and you obviously can't dictate to the bus driver when to stop. But if you're driving, or if you're on a bike or camper van or something like that, you can stop and just watch the world go by. This is why I love this part of Europe so much. It's absolutely stunning. The geography, the landscapes, something else. We stumbled upon this purely by chance. We never saw it on a map, we never saw any images of it, no one told us about it, but we found this purely by driving this route. And that's one of the best ways to stumble upon anything, as far as I'm concerned, is that's such a good feeling when you find somewhere that you weren't expecting to find. It makes it more special. But yeah, we were speaking to a couple there who were from the UK, and they were telling us that if we're impressed by this view, wait until we see the rest of it. It continues to get better and better. A lot to look forward to. And also in this stop, there's like a stall or a hut that's selling fresh oranges and freshly squeezed juices and things like that. So that's pretty cool. You can grab yourself a juice, grab a seat, and just take in the world as it passes by. So I think this town's called Ploče, P-L-O-C-E, but the C's got like an accent on it, so I think it's pronounced Ploče, but or Ploče. Not sure, maybe someone can let me know in the comments if you know how to pronounce it, but this looks more like an industrial type town, because if you look over there, there's massive industrial sort of complex. So I saw the first sign back there with the country code BIH, and for those of you who may not know, BIH is the country code for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now there is a route down here that you can take on the coast down to Dubrovnik that will actually mean you'll have to cross over the border into Bosnia and Herzegovina, passing through a small town on the coast, small city on the coast called Neum, N-E-U-M. I'm not sure if I pronounced it properly, but yeah, that's also an option. But if you wanted to bypass that and not go through the hassle of having to cross a land border, because Ralston and I are planning on driving over the border into Montenegro in a few days with our hire car, we had to purchase cross-border insurance, which was an additional charge obviously, so bear that in mind. If you're planning on going through BIH, then you will most likely have to purchase cross-border insurance with whichever rental company you go with. But the route that we're taking goes over to Pelješac and then down, so you actually, we're just skimming past the BIH and we're going over, sticking into Croatia on our way down to Dubrovnik, so we won't need to do that. Looks like we've got some markets here selling fresh produce, oranges and it's like tomatoes and things like that. It's quite cool. Freshly squeezed. So those market stalls that we just passed that were selling the oranges and the tomatoes and everything like that, I reckon that they're locally produced in these fields here, these farms. The farmers will give them to these stalls will sell them. Might even be the farmers themselves selling them in the stalls, but yeah, they look so fresh. So, we've stopped yet again. This is like the 4th or 5th time we've stopped, but honestly, if you were here in person, you would understand why. Check this out. I reckon these are maybe fruit farms down here. This is maybe the source of all that fruit that we saw the stalls selling. And you'll notice now, I'm not wearing my jacket and I've got my sunglasses on. The weather has taken a turn for the better. Car alarm just went off. Ralston, what's happening? You trying to steal a car and drive away without me? Yeah. This view's amazing.
It is.
Smooth. Welcome to wine country. We're surrounded by vineyards and wineries. This region of Croatia is renowned for its wine, and they do wine tasting tours and wine tasting experiences and things like that, so we'll maybe test some at some point, try some. We can see the bridge in the distance. It's going to take us over to Pelješac. So maybe, yeah, I think I'm getting mixed up.
No, I think you're right. I think we do pass that bridge, because that's to join the peninsula.
Okay. So maybe we do, maybe we don't. We'll find out in a second. Yeah, sorry, so a moment of panic. Thought that we were taking the wrong way down to the border crossing over into Bosnia that I mentioned earlier, but this is taking us over to the peninsula of Pelješac, and we are going to be crossing over that bridge in just a second. And I guess they close this bridge in high winds and rough weather, because we just noticed there was a barrier back there as well with like traffic light. So I guess in high winds and stormy conditions they might close this bridge to traffic. We are now on Pelješac, and we're on our way up to a small town on the other side of the island or area called Orebić or Orebić. That's where our accommodation for the night is. So we're going to be staying there for the night, and then we're going to be heading on to Dubrovnik at some point tomorrow, stopping off at a place called Ston. We've seen a road sign warning against like wild hogs or wild pigs that can run out onto the road. So yeah, we don't want to squash Pumbaa, so we'll just take it slow. So Orebić or Orebić is world renowned, world famous. Apparently it's got the best oysters in the world. I'm not a big oyster fan, but thought that was quite a cool factoid about the place. I don't know much else about it, so maybe we can learn a bit when we're there. So we've just stopped and there's a viewpoint up here, and there's also like an abandoned building. I'm not sure what this could have been at one time, maybe a restaurant or a bar. Quite spooky. So I was just reading there that this is a monument dedicated to those that liberated this part of Croatia from the Italian and German fascists. It's called the National Liberation Monument, I believe. But it looks like it's sort of fell into disrepair. You can see the SS on the helmet and the partisans. These kind of look like bullet holes, I think, but I can't tell if that's just part of the monument or what's going on there, but interesting. Again, it's quite windy up here, so sorry if you can't hear me, but stunning viewpoint here. We're very close to Orebić, so we'll push on there. Car driving just behind us, and it's making me even more conscious of how I'm driving. Bloody hell. He just put his lights on when he was behind me, and I honestly thought he was pulling me over, but he just done it to overtake, so yeah, phew. That's us officially in Orebić, or Orebić. I swear I'm going to find out how to pronounce it and then just say it one time. So we're staying at a hotel called the Grand Azur Hotel, Amanus, and our Google Maps are taking us there directly, so they should have dedicated parking, and we'll be able to avoid the hassle of on-street parallel parking that we've experienced previously on this trip. Okay, so we just arrived at the hotel. We're gonna get our bags, go in, check out our rooms, and probably just relax for a few hours, I think, and then we'll head in to Orebić centre, and we'll catch up with you then. We'll check it out, see what the story is with this place. So we're all checked in, all sorted with a room, and we're just coming out to explore more of this hotel and see if we can find Ralston. Ralston's kicking about somewhere. I think I spot him off in the distance. Nice hotel, Grand Azur Hotel, Amanus. It's got a swimming pool, it's got like a private beachy area, I believe. I think this is private. And it's got like a nice wee pier thing here. Got a gym, and just for the night that we're here, we went for half board. That was included in the price. So half board is you get your drinks, you get your breakfast, and you get your dinner all included in the price. So it's not too bad. Over here, straight ahead, on that island somewhere, is a place called Korčula. That's the name of the car ferry that brought us from Split over to Hvar Island. And Korčula looks like it'd be a beachy type place. It's got a beach and some bars and things like that. It looks like it would be quite laid back. And check this out. There he is. So I reckon that Orebić main city centre, or main town centre rather, is over there on the other side of these trees and these buildings. Possibly next to that port over there, that ship. Got some tour operators here offering boats for hire. Rent a boat, taxi to the islands. I wonder if you rent one of these boats, if you can also rent somebody to steer it and drive it. I'd be surprised if they trusted tourists enough to be able to do that without any sort of training or anything like that, but maybe, I don't know. Maybe it depends on the size of boat, but it's cool that that's an option. I think it's probably a boat like that sort of speedboat over there. This is the operator that has serviced the ferries that we've done so far in Croatia. It's been quite straightforward getting tickets for this. Just go onto their website, choose the ferry, the ports that you want, select how many passengers, if you're taking a vehicle, what type of vehicle, and then you just pay the fee, download the ticket, scan the ticket to get on, voila, done. Straightforward. These are some things that you can do on the island. These are the oysters that we mentioned that she's supposed to be world famous for. You've got other things here, activities you can do, renting vehicles, and I guess there must be a beach or an island where you can go and feed deer. Beaches, that sort of thing. So the Maritime Museum in there. As with most places on this coast, probably a big maritime history, maritime connection with this town. That's one thing I've not done yet. I've always wanted to hire and ride a jet ski. Someday. Orebić is like a laid-back, easygoing place, it seems like, so far. Not many people going about. There's a few other tourists sitting at cafes and bars having a drink, having some food and that sort of thing. At least it's a nice evening, so can't really complain. Much better than it was this morning when it was rain and mist at one point as well. Get something to eat, get an early night for our trip tomorrow down to a place called Stone. Stone is famous for having a version of the Great Wall of China. So it's like a massive stone wall fortification thing. Yeah, that should be cool. And then we're pushing on down to Dubrovnik, the big Dubrovnik. So thank you for joining us on our road trip down this part of Croatia, from Hvar Island, Hvar town, down, and then over towards Drvenik, and then down towards Orebić town that we're in just now. So yeah, thank you for joining us, and hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. So stay safe, keep traveling, and we'll catch you soon. Bye bye.